strategy. This is not the place for you to be. So let's have fun, let's get messy. Throw on your unitard and come with me. Welcome to the slop. Now let's get sloppy. Let's get sloppy.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some clucking to do.
Yes, that's right. The place where we always have lots of clucking to do. It is the Slop here, back in our patron podcast feed. I am Rob Sestrino, and tonight I'm joined here on the Slop by great Lita Brillman is here. Lita, how are you?
I'm so clucking excited, Rob. We're going to run a cluck with all of this good stuff to talk about.
Lita, I had so much regret today when I realized that I didn't even mention that I thought the person who would win the competition last night was Xavier.
Oh, no.
Yes. Lita, how are you?
That could be his BB comic name if he had won. I'm wonderful. It's great to be here on the one show where you won't ask me if something is a good move because I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm here to talk about all of the chicken costumes and events and all of that. Okay.
Well, we have a lot of good stuff to talk about here tonight on the Slop. Lita, how have you been?
I've been good. This has been the season that I have really stuck with since beginning Big Brother way back in BB18. I made it to the end of that one barely, and I have not made it to the end of a season since. So we are going strong on BB22.
Okay.
23.
Right.
See, clearly a super fan.
Well, if you skipped one, then it is BB22 to you.
Yes. I think I probably didn't watch past the premiere of that one.
Yeah.
I think I saw that group of people and said, I'm out.
Yeah. That was probably the smart move.
That's what I hear from how it turned out.
Yeah. Well, Lita, it's been so nice to have you back talking Big Brother this summer. Do you have any thoughts here as we are closing in on the home stretch?
They really got to the final 6 and are now blowing it. After I said all those nice things, I'm now not that interested in watching BB, just because of the sadness with the men going against the women here. But it has been really fun. I think the podcast season has been really fun. It's added a lot of supplements to weeks where it was not necessarily that interesting. And I like that we've had a good balance of showmances because I'm the casual representation that wants showmances but doesn't want it to be all about that. So I like that we had some light intrigue,
like a
but didn't make it all
showmance.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't like it when it impacts the strategy too much. But it's fun for me to watch hot people flirt with each other, which is why I watch Bachelor in Paradise.
Hold that thought because we might be talking about a little chrysalis later on in the show tonight.
Oh God, I hope so. Truly the most electric showmance in BB history.
Pretty electric. Okay. Why don't we start with our wonderful host of Big Brother, Julie Chen Moonves, and we want to pick up with some of her interactions with Claire this past week. Now, Lita, have you noticed anything different with Julie Chen Moonves this season? Since you were last regular Big Brother watcher, BB18, BB19, that Julie has been through some things in the last couple of years.
Have I noticed anything different besides her new last name?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, her wardrobe has not changed much. But yes, she seems to have found Jesus and found a hyphenate in her last name around the same time, sometime while I was gone.
Yeah. And so she has, really been bringing a lot of faith because I feel like that of all the shows on television, Big Brother is one of the more spiritual shows that you would think that if you were like a devout religious person and you're flipping through the channels, what's this? CSI? No. NCIS? No. Oh, Big Brother. And they only watch CBS, I guess, if you're a very
You're,
devoutly
you're
religious.
flipping through the CBS
Yes,
catalog.
the Paramount Plus app. No. Oh, Blue Bloods. Okay, let me check. Okay. Oh, Big Brother. What's this?
Yeah, definitely something that over and over again, I say as a Jewish person, I just can't really understand this because it's so deeply religious,
Mhm,
so Christian, Big Brother.
mhm,
When I see that guy in a chicken suit, I'm like, that must be an allegory.
mhm. Yes. What do you think the allegory is?
That we're all really trapped in our own cages of sin,
Mhm,
and that egg is sliding down the ramp of savior of being saved in order to knock down the levers
mhm.
to the gates of heaven.
I do think in BB21, I think that when that the like least favorite house guests were punished, I think this was the competition they had to do.
This seems like a punishment.
Mhm.
I just like am really grossed out by egg goo. Like I don't eat
Like the
eggs.
yolk.
Yeah, not even the yolk, like the clear stuff that's on the inside of eggs.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the egg white.
Yeah, I'm really grossed out by that. So all the zoomed in shots of the egg goo, I
Mhm,
think would have been enough punishment for me.
mhm. Also we had the Cluckster come back last night. Also, that I saw in the chat, people were saying that maybe Sis should have come back in her chicken costume. Were you watching Big Brother this season? Sis was there.
I know who she is because that's not her name. That's
Yes, Annalise.
Annalise.
Yes.
Yes. No, but she could be Lady Cluck if since this season is all about like casino themed.
Yes.
The
Okay.
Cluckster could be there with his
That is not where I thought you were going, Lady Luck.
uh I don't know where you thought I was
Yeah,
going.
I thought you were doing BB21 humor. Okay. All right, Lita. Let's talk about Julie Chen Moonves. And she had an exclusive interview with Claire the other night. And she asked Claire about some of the very, very poignant statements she made in the house, specifically on Wednesday night when she talked about how she was leaving and she understood it. Not everybody was going to understand it. And she asked Claire to really, drill down a little bit on that. And this is what Claire had to say with Julie Chen Moonves in the extended interview she did.
And I would ask them to have grace for Tiffany and grace for this experience and grace for a lot of people of color's experiences moving through the world. And to understand that they might not understand and they might not get it, but to listen still.
I love that you use the word grace. I feel like you're a child of God, and that's,
Thank you. Yes.
and that's why you use that word.
Wow.
I am.
Yeah. So good on Claire. Just rolling with it.
It's a yes and approach to the Julie
Yes,
Chen
yes.
interviews.
That's me. Child of God. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. Amazing, amazing race, amazing grace. It's coming to CBS this fall. It's like
Mhm.
Amazing Race, but they're all children of God.
Yes. I noticed that you use the word grace, and that's because you're a child of God, and that you use that word.
Have we had a grace on Big Brother?
I don't believe so.
Wow, that's going to be next season.
Yes, I mean Julie will lose her mind.
Yeah, it's going to be all children of God.
Yeah, and so then Julie ended her interview with Claire with a bit of a callback. Final thoughts from Claire.
Final thoughts. It's been a wild ride, and it was such a delight. And if anyone is thinking about applying, just do it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. And I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Keep being a child of God.
Thank you, Julie.
Don't stop now.
as Dua Lipa says.
Yeah.
Do not stop now. Yeah. I want to know the scenario in which Julie thinks someone would just like stop being a child of God. Don't stop, please. I can tell you're on the precipice. Do you think that Claire is on a fall from grace coming up here?
Oh, I noticed you used the word grace, Lita.
Yes, I
That you used to
did.
be a child of God.
Yeah. That's not what GC on Gabon stood for, right? Was he God's child?
Well, I have to find out.
I
That's
think
a good point. I think that is what I believe that I think it did stand for.
it might have been Golden Child
Mm-hmm.
with his golden hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Golden Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been Golden Child, but it might have been God's child.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get
Yeah.
GC on Big Brother.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yeah.
he'd last longer.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Golden Child. Sam is confirming. So yeah. All right. But
Close
Godchild
enough.
is look, that's good. But Julie was not done there. She spoke with Dalton Ross once again this week, and we love these Julie Chen Moonves interviews with Dalton Ross, and says that what do you make of that a really emotional scene this week where Tiffany had to explain to her best friend in the house, Claire, why she was going to put her up on the block to be evicted? Julie Chen Moonves says, I cried when reading about it in the internal daily logs of what's happening in the house. First off, let me stop down here, Lita. What do you think are the internal daily logs of what's happening in the house that Julie Chen Moonves reads?
Everybody has to write a letter to Julie, like, Dear Julie, today at Big Brother camp, we had to do a comp. It was really fun. And then they all daily have to send that to her.
Yeah, either that or it's Twitter.
Those are the internal logs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she can't say like, "Oh, I went on Twitter and I said I saw what was happening."
I think those are external logs.
Yeah, those are the external logs. Maybe there's somebody that just like shoots her like the TLDR of what happened. Like, let's listen to Taryn's update. And
I was gonna say, are Taryn's updates the daily logs?
Yes. She said, I cried when I watched it. It was heartbreaking and yet a beautiful moment of grace, forgiveness, understanding, and wisdom. In my humble opinion, both Claire and Tiffany know the Lord, and it shows.
Oh, can they make an intro?
Mm-hmm.
Does Julie just like lose her mind every time she reads about like Grace Kelly or anybody named Grace? She's like, wow, what a child of God.
Yeah. I mean, you should meet Grace Leader. She'd be blown away.
Absolutely. Blow her mind. Yeah, I like the idea of Julie just like sobbing multiple times over this. Like, do we think that Chenbot is shedding tears?
I mean, I know a lot of people did cry when this happened, so that's not necessarily the weird part. There's her takeaway is that Claire and Tiffany know the Lord.
Yeah, they know him. They get brunch. They share some grace with each other. Yeah. I mean, good for them. I didn't know that Claire was so well connected, but I guess she has a pretty good job over in New York.
It's a good thing they didn't end up going with that other woman instead of Claire.
Oh yeah. She had a name. She was bald.
Christy.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if she's a child of God.
Now we'll literally never know.
We'll never know. Then also, there was one other question that Dalton Ross asked Julie Chen Moonves that was interesting. Dalton Ross said, now that we're down to just the cookout, who do you think is in the best and worst position in the alliance? Julie Chen Moonves said, best is Xavier. So far, he played the game with integrity and skill, throwing competitions when it was wise and winning when he needed to. Plus, the jury loves him. Worst? It's probably Kyland. He's got the 3 women from the cookout ready to evict him. We shall see.
Okay. I guess Julie doesn't really watch feeds.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she got internal daily logs yet from Thursday's HOH.
She was too busy crying.
Yeah, she
had
might
to take a break
right after, but I don't know. Like, were the 3, even if she did this like right after the episode on Thursday, were the 3 women gunning to get Kyland out first in the 6?
I think Julie doesn't know what's happening strategically ever. And she saw that Hannah put Kyland on the block and thought, wow, Hannah's really coming after Kyland, and Hannah and Tiffany are close. And Azza is also a woman. So I think that was the Chen logic.
Yeah. Okay. All right. There you go. That is our weekend Julie Chen Moonves. But could you imagine, Lita, that maybe 5 years ago we said that we were gonna have a show about all the nonsense on Big Brother, and every week we were gonna open the show just about stuff that Julie Chen Moonves is doing.
You need a bumper. Well, first of all, I would say Julie Chen what?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, oh, you mean Chenbot? Oh, she doesn't say anything interesting. It just says, oh, you're gonna count all the time she says "but" first.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have been surprised. You're gonna need a segment theme song for the Julie Chen weekend update.
Yeah, that the children of God.
That's what the segment's called.
Yeah.
Where we just discuss who is and is not a child of God that week.
Yes.
That could be a stock watch category.
Yes. Well, if anybody, if somebody is like truly evil, it's like God disowned you.
You're a child of the devil.
Child of the devil. Yeah. That basically you are like an orphan. Maybe it's like the middle, either God or the devil.
You don't have any parents.
No parents. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about some place that maybe parents might consider taking their children coming up this week. And this we've got this from a user on Reddit posted. This is from Survivor Fan 128. A meet and greet is happening, Lita, that you wouldn't think that hey, with everything going on, maybe the Big Brother contestants wouldn't be having a lot of meet and greets this summer.
Yeah, well, it's probably at a really normal place at a totally reasonable time, though, right?
Yeah, you guessed it. Okay, so bring out all the children of God this Wednesday, September 15th, because one of the Big Brother 23 house guests is having a meet and greet. Come on out and see Christian Birkenberger. That it's official. Okay, you might have heard the rumors, Lita.
He really should be having a meet and greet, MEAT, and be serving burgers.
He's a meathead. That's what Frenchie's trying to. This guy is a meet and greet.
He could be serving Birkenburgers.
Yeah, that's perfect. Come have a Birkenburger with Christian. It's official. Wednesday, September 15th from 3 to 6. I will have my first meet and greet in Hartford, Connecticut at Place 2 Becht, aka Place to Be Connecticut. The one located on 5 Constitution. Don't go to the other one.
Don't go to the other one. Yeah.
By the way, Lita, if you're listening to this on the Instagram, you could be listening to Post Malone Candy Paint.
Oh, it's already my most played song. I don't need to hear it again.
What do you think of Christian's avatar?
It's horrifying.
His icon.
It looks like those Disney-fi things. That's probably what it is. He looks like when the Beast becomes a person in the end of Beauty and the Beast, but he's like somehow less hot than he was as the Beast. Like you think he's gonna be a real like hairy zaddy, but he's actually just like that guy in Christian's Abbey.
Looks. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess at least it's not a photo of him with the cornrows.
Okay. So come check out Christian this Wednesday at Place to Be Connecticut. They've got this ice cream sundae.
That looks so disgusting.
Yes. Okay. So the place to be. He will be there to take photos with you and sign photos. But check this out from Place to Be. That we've done some research, and the Place to Be Connecticut seems like that they're a little bit of like a saucy ice cream parlor.
Yeah, their thing is like millennials. Oh, I'm hearing some echo. Sorry. Their thing is like millennials are sluts, right? We made like a slutty ice cream place. Like, you all have OnlyFans. Like, come on down to our ice cream and mimosa place where all of our ice cream is just like spilling over the glass in a way that looks so sticky and disgusting. And they're all called things like the WAP and like the.
We'll go to their profile in a minute. Yeah. So that's coming up on Wednesday. And then also check this out that Christian is working on something special for you as well. What could that be? What is this
Ugh.
secret project?
I don't know. He's gonna take videos of him licking cream.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay, so here I can bring up the Instagram for place to be CT. That's place the number 2 BCT. This is the place that's hosting Christian on Wednesday. Their tagline is the place to be, a breakfast and brunch restaurant. Go bottomless.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Like mimosas. I hope. I pray.
Yes. Okay. Check out everything that they have to offer here.
I actually didn't realize
Yes.
until I didn't know that it was a also like a restaurant with food. I thought it was just
Yeah.
an ice cream place. And that's why I thought it was so weird when I went to their website and it said like order online. It's like, what kind of ice cream place is this? Where you just get
Yeah.
there, it's just like a pool of melted ice cream waiting for your Uber.
Yeah, so you can get like breakfast and brunch and ice cream, I guess. And then so check this out. They have something there called I think this is called the bath water, where you get like an ice cream. There's a sign in the back that says thirst trap at the bar.
Yeah.
And then you I guess get like a bathtub for 2.
But I know who Christian would like to share a bathtub for 2 with.
Yeah. See some of the other entrees. This says looking like a snack.
Side pieces.
Stay winning.
Good news for Xavier.
Yeah.
We're talking about Alyssa.
Lita, who are you entertaining with this box of French toast?
That is so much French toast. I'm trying to think of like the appropriate location for that. I guess it's like you're going to like a football game that starts at noon and like everybody's hungover.
Yeah. Okay. So this is
my. They've got just drawings of butts. Little doodles of butts up there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't even want to know what the caption is. We'll leave it to the imagination. You can go.
We'll have a caption contest. Oh my god, there's so many butt-oriented things.
Yeah, I mean that's ideally, any fine restaurant. That's that's the ambiance they're going for.
Yeah. Don't care for that.
Place to be, Connecticut, this Wednesday. If any of our listeners happen to be there, please come back with the report and let us know.
My boyfriend's sister lives in Hartford, and I am no joke gonna Venmo her to go to this.
I think it's free.
Oh yeah, but it's
yeah.
time out of her day to go to this really disgusting ice cream place.
Yeah. Okay, that's at the place to be CT, and then we'll see. Maybe we can, get the scoop from Christian about what's going to be the deal with Chrysalis. Lita, do you have a prediction for Chrysalis?
They're never gonna date. There's like absolutely no chance.
Well, he seems, I think, still very dedicated to Alyssa. Like, I feel like that he was going to ride his bike across the country to go be there.
Oh no, he would have to move from Connecticut to Los Angeles. A guy who's interested in being on television and potentially becoming famous. He's going to give up the glitz and glam of Hartford, Connecticut to move to Los Angeles.
I don't know if it's that. I feel like she has a life in Miami.
Oh, is that where she lives? Whatever.
She's
Either
from
way,
Florida.
those are the same to me. It's hot places. Either way, I don't think that he is like married to Hartford, Connecticut, unless he like lives for these $15 cocktails called like the booty call.
Seth in the chat says, like Alyssa would pass up the chance to go to the place to be. Yeah, maybe she'll move to Connecticut. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a huge bathing suit market in Connecticut. Very warm there. Lots of beaches.
Okay. Well, Lita, the Zingbot reminded us this week that that Alyssa is from the Sunshine State, which is ironic because she is quite dim, and so it was just another example of just the piss poor job that the Zingbot did this week. The Zingbot, in my opinion, is no child of God.
No.
No.
Zingbot is first and foremost a sinner.
Yes. And that Zingbot's sins were on full display this week, where I felt like that they really phoned it in for the Zingbot this season. And so we had you coming on the Slop this week, and I thought that it would be a great treat for the listeners and for myself if we could hear some all new Zing do-overs.
Zing do-over. It sounded like there should be like a bumper there.
There should be. Like we don't want to like use up the whole bumper budget for RHAP.
Bumper budget? Hardly know her budget.
But, maybe we should just have like a track that's just like basically like all of the intro music is basically the same song, but we just have to improv new lyrics to it every time it comes up.
Yeah, the following has been dedicated as a Zing. Designated, whatever. Do you have the Zing drop?
So I can get the Zing bot sound effect. Yes. Okay, let's see if I have a better one than that. Okay. I feel like that we get them every year. How about? No, it's the same one. I might have a lame Zingbot drop.
That's okay. I think that you can accurately recreate the Zing.
Here. Let me see if let me just look in my archives here for a moment. And let's see. I have so many. Okay. That's that same one. That's the good one. Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I have a Raven Zing.
Oh, poor Raven! You got the clowned tard! This is the worst punishment ever!
Okay.
Oh, wait! That's just your face!
Poor Raven. Come on, Zingbot.
Oh my god, they say that comedy is really all about timing, and Zingbot just said, "Oh, so more time is better." Those are the longest pauses I've ever heard.
Because you're on the edge of your seat, Lita. You're waiting for it. He's a comedy
That was
genius.
excruciating. Oh wait, that's just your face. Zing. Oh man. I think Zingbot was working from home this year. He forgot that he had to come up with them on a deadline. He wasn't ready.
They weren't great. They weren't great this year. Okay. So Lita, how do you want to do this?
I have a Zing for each of the top 6.
Okay.
And then a little bit of a triple bonus Zing at the end. But yes, I have for everyone still remaining in the game as of now.
Yes.
Just thinking about that Raven Zing again.
No, I was laughing at Ike in the chat.
Okay.
Wondering if the Zingbot might have some lingering effects of a disease. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean I can just go for it unless
go for it. You want to give us the intro of who you're going for, or do you want to just give us the Zing?
I think you'll know.
Okay. Great.
Okay. So first, my girl Tiffany. I love her.
Yes.
And Tiffany, being a mother is an incredible thing. Loving and caring for someone even when they make mistakes, throw temper tantrums, and put their mouth on everything in sight is really admirable, and you're doing an amazing job with Kyland. I didn't actually write a Zing for Tiffany. That was a secret Zing for Kyland. I have nothing negative to say about Tiffany.
Okay. Yes. Please.
So speaking of Kyland, your relationship with Sarah Beth was really meaningful for representation of the bisexual community. After years of seeing only straight people in showmances, it was a huge win for equality to see that bisexuals like me could be just as boring, obnoxious, and pointless as straight people. Huge shout out to both of them. It really was a huge step in the right direction.
They broke a lot of ground.
Yeah, it's really groundbreaking. And speaking of Pride, Big D, you're like corporations during Pride Month. You're loud, you're gay, and we got sick of you immediately. Oh, I'm not done. Seriously, Big D, I haven't seen a lazier representation of homosexuality since the Will and Grace reboot. You are the worst nepotism casting choice since Polly Calafiore, Frankie Grande, Tiffany Russo, Willie Hance, Alyssa Riley. Actually, you're starting to look pretty good by comparison. Doing research for this really made me realize that every single person that's been cast because of who they're related to has been horrible.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at this list and I'm like, wow, Frankie Grande really is not that offensive.
Yeah.
Of a casting
One of
choice.
the best. One of the top.
Yeah, I'm just imagining if I was doing this in the Zing voice, these are like paragraphs. We would be here until 11:30.
It would be a 2-hour episode. Maybe that's what the Zingbot is going to come back with more Zings.
Yeah. This one's short and sweet. Aza, you're the Amy Adams of Big Brother. You're gorgeous, you're popular, and you can't win shit. Xavier, you remind me of Alex Rodriguez. You're a tall, handsome, successful player who lost a hot girl named Lopez to the most average white man I can think of. Topical.
That is topical humor.
Some Ben Affleck humor for you. Xavier, I know you think the women don't win enough, but you couldn't even win Alyssa over a guy in white boy braids who looks like if Tyler Crispin procreated with a Lego man. That's what Christian looks like to me.
Wow, if Tyler had a baby with just a yellow Lego man.
Yeah, he kind of has like the pasted on smile. He's sort of boxy, especially compared to Tyler. Tyler, it's like you took the aspect ratio on Tyler and sort of like warped it. Like shorter, wider.
Yeah, you know what? That I do think that Christian Birkenberger does bring like big Lego man energy because you could like change up his look. Like, oh, let's put cornrows on him. Oh no,
yeah,
let's straighten his hair. Let's give him a blowout.
Big Lego man energy. All right. Hannah, a lot of people may see it as dumb that you trusted Kyland even after you put him on the block, but I don't think you're dumb. I know you're dumb because you had the opportunity to hook up with Derek X and you didn't. What is wrong with you? I haven't seen a flirting decision that misguided since literally any time Brent was on screen.
Yeah. Wow. Lita, you're killing them.
Yeah. The Hannah and Tiffany ones were about other people because they're great. And then finally, I have a bonus thing for some of those contestants who didn't make it here. I feel like I'm doing like the rites of passage. Whitney, Brent, and Frenchie. We have a conspiracy theorist, a sexual harasser, and a guy who found out about racism last year. In other words, we'll see you guys next year at the RNC.
Wow, Lita, great, amazing job on the Zings. This was like the Big Brother roast.
Yeah, the Zings. I feel like Zingbot is limited by only sticking to like one-liners. I feel like he needs to free himself up to doing more like a monologue.
Yeah, the library was open.
Yeah, you a big Drag Race guy?
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm the biggest.
That would be quite a reveal if you were like the biggest Drag Race fan. Yeah, I don't think that Zingbot has a writing room per se. I think that's a guy.
Yeah,
who had 4 minutes.
Sort of, like oh, it's Zingbot today. Okay, quick, we need Zings. Who's got something?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, incredible job. And so a legendary roaster.
Thank you. It's been a while.
Mhm. All right. Well, now that we've roasted the house guests in the house, let's turn our attention to a famous house guest outside of the house. And Lita, do you remember Nicole Franzel?
Holy crap. Do I remember Nicole Franzel? Of course I do. We love Nicole from Ubley.
So Nicole Franzel, that she recently had posted on Instagram that she was looking for a brand new personal assistant.
Wow. A dream
Mhm.
job.
Yeah. So, Lito, does this sound like the kind of position that is every Big Brother fan's dream job?
Uh does it require relocating?
Yeah. So let me tell you what Nicole is looking for, and then we can talk some more about the perks of this position. So Nicole Franzel posted on Facebook that she's looking for a social media / personal assistant. Asterisk will only fill position if we find the right fit. Asterisk. Those of you who emailed previously, none have been open / read. We just wanted to give a job description first before looking to hire. If you're still interested, please send an email to cococalientepodcast@gmail.com. All right. Lita, would you like to read this as Nicole? What she's
Absolutely.
looking for now that we got the this out of the way about that they are not if you sent them a resume already, they didn't look at it.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. No playing favorites. Oh wow, it is hard to wear these with these headphones.
Okay.
All right.
Let me put you in the in the big box. Okay.
Wow, holy crap. My life has been so busy since I became a mom. So I'm just looking for a personal assistant. We are looking for a motivated individual to assist in the professional and personal growth and development of our very own Coco, a self-starter who
Hold on,
requires little
Nicole, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, Rob?
When you say you were looking for the personal growth and development of your very own Coco, what do you mean by that? Am I the
For me,
Coco?
for me, Coco is kind of like it's our podcast, but it's also our baby, except that's not our actual baby now that we have a baby. So it's kind of like our Coco, but it's also like your Coco.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
A self-starter who requires little direction and is goal-oriented would be the best fit for this position. Knowledge within the space of social media is a must, along with the ability to work under pressure with a positive attitude. Below are some, not all, of the criteria and duties for this position. Be tech-savvy in the realm of social media, specifically Instagram and TikTok, and all their features. Working knowledge of photography and videography with the willingness to learn and develop skills, creativity and outside the box thinking to develop original content, ability to work with little to no direction, motivate and give direction to client as needed for all of our clients for our podcast.
When you say direction to the client, are you the client?
We work with a lot of clients.
Are you like some sort of like a Mad Men type ad agency?
We kind of do it all. That's why we're looking for someone to look with. We're looking for someone who works with no direction.
Yeah. Okay. Because you're an influencer, you have to work with brands, I guess.
Yeah, clients. Brands.
The clients. Yeah.
We don't like to use the B word. They're sort of like our friends. An outgoing and driven candidate is preferred who is willing to try new and innovative ideas. Maintain a schedule for the client and meet deadlines. I guess I'm the client.
Yeah.
And you have to complete day-to-day tasks unrelated to social media or career, i.e.
What?
clean my workspace, drop off packages, prepare lunch, store runs, etc.
Am I preparing lunch for you or for the baby?
You're preparing lunch for the client,
The client.
which is maybe me, but also maybe the baby and maybe the brands.
Maybe, yeah, for your very own Coco.
Yeah, for our very own Coco and our very own Arrow
Yeah.
child.
Boy, Lita, this sounds like a very demanding position.
Yeah, it really does. I feel like if I was hired as a personal assistant for a professional job and they asked me to make them lunch, I would I'd be concerned that there's no HR department in Coco Inc.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of pressure to not only have to maintain the schedule for the client, but I also have to make lunch, drop off the packages, and then also be a self-starter that's not getting a lot of guidance.
Willing to work with no direction. You're like, what do you want for lunch, Nicole? And she's like, I'm really not here to give you direction.
Yeah. All right. Well, looking forward to seeing what Nicole Franzel comes up with.
Yeah, I really hope that she can get somebody to it does not mention that you need to relocate, but if you need to make lunch and drop off packages,
Yeah,
I'm guessing that you do need
this
to
is a virtual position.
No, which is it's gonna be tough to find someone to do that in person when the primary job is social media. Does she live in Ubley again?
I mean, I'm not sure where they live. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows, but who is the top executive in Ubley that can take on this position?
I don't know. Yeah, she doesn't put locations on her posts. I know Michigan very, very well. And nowhere near where she has ever lived is someone that a social media guru would want to relocate to.
I mean, let alone somebody that knows all of the features of TikTok also.
And you have to think outside the box, which is especially tough on Instagram because it's a grid.
Yeah, you got to think beyond it because that's what the client wants to see.
Yeah.
Let's go to another Big Brother influencer.
What'd you say?
If the client's not happy, they'll find another Big Brother influencer.
Oh yeah, they're a dime a dozen.
We've got Rachel Riley on the other line, Nicole. Sorry, this wasn't outside the box. Good day. Yeah. All right, so let's see if we get any sort of an update from Nicole on who's moved on to round 2 of the interviews. This is a quick one that we got a question from Chris Snyder who asked us about how has anyone ever gotten 2 rewards that didn't make the air? Alyssa got a chance to get a phone call and got a video message in the veto recently, and none of them made the show. Did production just give up on her? Lita, do you think that did production just forget about Alyssa in the house?
I think production correctly assumed that America forgot about Alyssa and didn't really need to see whatever thrilling conversation she had with her mom or whatever. I don't hate this as a call from production.
This was one of the solid production calls they made, you think?
Yeah, I mean the episode when did she get these? This would have been a while ago.
When Brittany won the veto.
Oh my God, why is this just coming up now?
Well, I think that we assumed because I think one of them was that she would get the thing in like 4 weeks.
Oh.
Like if she was still in the game, she was going to get the other reward, but
yeah,
nobody cared enough.
I mean, it felt like 40 minutes out of last night's episode was that stupid egg thing. Like I didn't need the other 20 to be like Alyssa crying about whatever her mom had to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, no, cut the Alyssa segment. Let's see another 20 minutes of people throwing eggs down a thing.
Okay. All right. Speaking of eggs, Lita, last week, Frail Mary was here. We talked about some of Kylan's greatest hits from Twitter, including when he lambasted McDonald's for charging $3 for an egg.
It's about time McDonald's
Don't care for eggs. Yeah.
or McDonald's. It's about time McDonald's was returned to the working class.
Yes.
We don't want these elite McDonald's.
They got put in their place. Actually, can I go back to which BB23 house guest do you think would be the best fit for the Nicole Franzel position?
Oh boy,
who thinks outside the box? Who has an ability to work with little to no direction?
Well, I mean, Tiffany is very outside the box. She invented some new strategies, but I think we got to give this one to Derek F, because he's the one making sure everybody's cleaning the house and making sure.
Yes.
I don't know. I think that he's pretty organized. Probably, I don't think has that much else going on.
He's outgoing. I don't know about driven, but he's outgoing.
Yeah, that's true.
He knows all the features of TikTok.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe him. Maybe Brittany. She's pretty prolific on TikTok and very outgoing.
Yep. Derek F does make lunch though.
Yeah. I mean, that seems to be one of the key qualifications of being Nicole Franzel's. You don't have to make. I do notice you don't have to make breakfast or dinner. So if you're applying to Nicole Franzel's position, just make sure you've mastered like a sandwich or a nice salad. Don't waste your time learning how to make like a curry, because that's not a lunch food.
Lita, I really think that you're on something. I think that Brittany would be like, I think that she might be excited to take the position.
Yeah.
Right? You could see her like getting like excited.
I thought you were going to do a sound drop.
I didn't have it open, but now that you mention it, yeah. I definitely feel like that she would be like super excited about it. I think she would be it's been so long. Yeah. Brittany. Well, she knows about how to make great content.
CVS, thank you for this incredible opportunity.
Yeah. And then, all right, Brittany, you got the job.
Heck yeah, man. Ooh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I also think that Nicole would legitimately find Brittany's rapping delightful the first time. I think she would be like, oh my gosh, Brittany is so funny. She's like a freakazoid, just like me.
I'm glad you brought the freakazoids back.
That was like my first episode of Big Brother I ever watched was like, here's the teams. This is why when somebody asks me like who won last season, I have no idea, but I'm like, do you guys remember Bronte? Like these things really stick.
Look, you're remembering the important stuff.
Yeah, like the teams and all of the really good names that they came up with.
All right, well, Lita, let's go back to Kyland, because we talked about Kyland's Twitter and we had a lot of fun. But this week, we want to explore, we have another Kyland HOH. And so we thought it'd be a good chance to dive into Kyland's Yelp profile.
It doesn't just stay on Twitter, everybody.
Yeah.
The gospel of Kyland has spread to 7 pages of Yelp.
7 pages of Yelp reviews. I mean, they're not all negative. That he does have some things that he liked on Yelp.
Yes, fast food chains are not among them.
Yeah. But, Kyland, that he likes to check out different places and then likes to talk about them on his Yelp profile. And so we highlighted some interesting ones. Lito, which of Kyland's Yelp reviews would you like to start off by highlighting?
Oh boy. I feel like we can start with a couple of these taco places because he has one very specific complaint.
Yes.
About a couple of these places.
Yes, there was one night, I believe, from August of 2020 where apparently Kyland was it Las Vegas?
That would explain why he's wandering from taco place to taco place on a random night.
Yes. Okay. All right. Lita, what was Kyland's issue?
So, Kyland, picture this. Kyland's on a bender in Vegas. He
Mhm.
wants some tacos. It's a late night. He goes to Las Famosas de Jose, and
Yes.
he finds that he is denied entry. So he
Yep.
says, please update your hours on your website so people know what time you're actually open. Your website and Yelp say you're open until 5 a.m. We paid for an expensive Uber to get there, and they were closed. So he went there very intentionally at a time that must have been close to 5 a.m.
Mhm. Look,
And then,
the man
uh,
wanted tacos.
yeah, and so he is going to go to Tacos El Gordo.
He said, Jose, you're about to be Las Famosa for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. He says, please update your hours on your website so people know what time you're actually open. Your website and Yelp say you're open until 5 a.m. We paid for expensive Uber to get there and they were closed. I love their tacos, but this oversight was too annoying to ignore.
Yeah, I think that's an annoying oversight. Now they got 2 stars as opposed to Jose, who only got 1 star.
I'm guessing that because he knows that that old Tacos El Gordo is tried and true.
Mhm.
He wanted to throw an extra star because he likes them so much. He left. I mean, he went to Las Famosas
Yeah.
de Jose, to try something new, and so he can't even vouch for their food.
He also photographed their window that had the store hours there on it. Now they're only open till 2 a.m. during the week, but on Friday to Monday they're supposed to be open till 5 a.m. He did take a picture of it to say that this was, not acceptable.
Yeah, and to be clear, this is in August of 2020.
Yep.
Everybody's hours have changed for COVID, Kylan.
Yeah, they might have had different COVID hours and not been doing the 5 a.m. openings for tacos.
5 a.m.
Sadly.
closing.
Sadly.
They're
Yeah,
open
what's up
till
with-
5 a.m.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let me do one. This is one of my favorites. This one comes from the Nestle Toll House Cafe. Lita, have you ever visited the Nestle Toll House Cafe?
Where is that? They have a brick and mortar now?
I think this one is in Rancho Cucamonga, if I remember, which is, I guess, on the way to Vegas. So maybe that's where he stopped on the way there. Yeah, the Nestle Toll House Cafe by Chip. I'm not sure if by Chip is the name of the store or if he's getting a little cute here. Or that, I guess that's the name of their store. Nestle Toll House Cafe.
Are there a bunch of Nestle Toll House cafes? And if you're a franchise owner of a Nestle Toll House cafe, you have to be named something cookie related. So they're named like Chip and like I don't know, Oven. I can't think of any other names.
Cookie's a name.
Cookie's a name. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sugar.
So yeah.
Maybe sugar can open one of these.
Yeah. Okay. So Kylan said, let me start out by making it clear that I'm a Nestle Toll House fan and I buy a tub from Costco of cookie dough for every group event I go to and group vacations. Lita, does Costco cookie dough travel well on a group vacation?
So legally you can get as much Costco cookie dough through TSA as you want, apparently, without being put on any kind of list.
I will say, I think that it really, I think it, like, much like you don't care for, it does have raw egg.
Oh yeah, I also don't care for chocolate, so this is not something that I've ever tried. I also am just trying to think of the group event where this would be appropriate. Like, hey guys, here for the Super Bowl party.
Brought the tub of cookie dough.
Oh, you didn't want to cook them before you brought them? No, we got spoons. You guys got an oven, right?
Yeah.
So I like that he sets the record straight, because maybe there's a lot of haters who go to the cafe just to rag on Nestle Toll House cookies.
Yeah. So Kylan says, I skipped the chocolate cookie since I figured there's no point in paying for the markup and opted to, I don't know why he's talking about that, because he has the cookie dough at home.
He's like, well, I didn't want to pay for the cookies because I only eat it raw.
Yeah. I opted to try a cake pop and a cookie shake. I got the shake for half off because of happy hour, and I was still disappointed. I'm 100% certain that I can scoop any vanilla ice cream into a cup, splash some milk and cookies, and stir with a spoon for 20 to 30 seconds and come out with something that's better tasting, or at least the same. There was nothing unique about the taste, and the consistency was horrible. It was completely liquid. I would have given 3 stars since I got decent service, and I realized it's unfair to have too high expectations on a generic shake that's half off. But then I remembered about the cake pop. The cake pop was very disappointing, with each bite having me wondering why I kept eating it, which I knew the answer was because it cost me $4. I may be an outlier, but I love the cake pops at Starbucks, which was actually right across the street. But this was my first time at Nestle Toll House, and I decided that they probably know what they're doing since baking is a bit more of a specialty for them, which is also how I excused the price at first. But I was wrong. Just terrible. Sad when simple desserts can be so disappointing.
Sounds
What
like
a
Trump.
ride.
Sad.
What a ride. Yeah,
Terrible.
sad.
Okay. My major comment on this is my least favorite thing is when a Yelp reviewer simply describes how to make the thing that you got. He says anybody can put ice cream and milk and cookies together and shake it up. Yeah, that's what a milkshake is. I don't know what you wanted. This is my most famous Yelp review story that I complain about all the time. But when I was a bartender, I had a guy leave a review that said, gin martini was terrible, just cold gin, vermouth, and olive juice. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Those are the 3 ingredients in a gin martini. So I really do not like when people do that. All they did was make me a milkshake, and it just tasted like a milkshake. It was supposed to be amazing. Also, maybe don't go to a cookie place that is called the Nestle Cookie Toll House Extravaganza and not order cookies and then complain about it. He
has a tub of cookie dough already.
The only reason, I can guarantee you, the only reason they sell cake pops is for like the weird people who don't like cookies. Like they have it just in case if all your friends are going to the Nestle Cookie House of cookies and the one friend is like, oh, I don't like chocolate or whatever, let me have like a vanilla cake pop. They have it there just for that. Okay? Don't go to the Nestle Cookie House and order everything but cookies.
So, Lita, they did respond to Kylan, but I'm sure he was not pleased because his original Yelp review was in July of 2015, and they responded in February of 2017 that we are sorry to hear that you did not have a great experience of visiting our cafe. We treat all of your comments with great concern, and we'll do everything that we can to figure out the reasoning for this. And he missed his opportunity. Are you responding to me 2 years later?
How dare you?
I'm
looking at their locations to see if you can visit a Nestle Toll House. It seems like this is a southern base.
Well, this is in California. This is Rancho Cucamonga.
They have a ton of Oh, they're in Monterey, California. I bet I walked right by it. Rob, there's one in North Carolina.
Oh, God, I'm gonna head on over.
How close are you to Pineville?
I have no idea.
Well, time to look it up. Yeah, wow, they're all over the place. So I just want you to go do a cake pop taste test.
Yeah.
Also very rude to be like, also Starbucks is right there across the street. So he's directing people away from this business.
Okay, Lita, any other fun Yelp reviews from Kylan?
I have one more. Well, I do just want to point out, we're not going to read all of these, but he has so many Yelp
pages. Yeah.
He has so many Yelp reviews of like national chains, like not just like Nestle Toll House, which like I'd never heard of that, but like Krispy Kreme, Raising Cane's, like Domino's Pizza. Like, why are you reviewing Chipotle? 3 stars for Chipotle.
Look, not everybody knows what the Domino's pizza is like in a certain neighborhood, or what the McDonald's might be like.
Yeah.
I'm visiting Pineville. What is a Burger King like? I've heard about the famous Burger King.
It must be so different here than everywhere else.
It is for me.
It's deranged to leave a Yelp review of a Chipotle. Anyway, here was the one that I really liked. This is Legends Nail and Spa. 3 stars.
Okay.
Right
That's
off the top,
good.
I'm a guy and I enjoy a good manager. Gotta assume he thinks means manicure. But maybe he just
Maybe autocorrect.
Maybe he went with really high expectations about the manager. I don't do the partial bath. I just do a basic cut and clean up the nails and cuticles. Okay. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
That's what made my visit here so disappointing. I came at such a simple request, get the workout done, and was more than a little disappointing. My nails weren't cut short enough. Great job cleaning up the cuticles. I felt like she sent the normal amount of time people spend when they do this for me in the past, which adds to disappointment. I was actually planning on doing 2 stars, but the staff was friendly enough, and the basic manicure my girlfriend got she wasn't as disappointed by, but I think that was just because she liked the color she got. My point is, I don't hope they go out of business or anything, but I hope we'll need you guys' nails. They put a little more care and effort into doing a good job.
Yeah, that last line is a little confusing.
I'm thinking that maybe he was so angry that he dictated this.
Yeah.
Because I hope we'll need you guys' nails. They put a little more care and effort into doing a good job. Not the clearest, but I hope that he got a good manager at least.
Yeah. I like that his reviews are a little flexible, where even if it was that like what you got was he wasn't happy with it, as long as you gave him good service, then
yeah, that's true. He cares about service. I mean, the Domino's he gave a 5-star because they got the wrong side dish, but then the guy corrected it. He was very happy with that.
He went to Pokey Joe's Smokehouse.
Okay.
1 star in November of 2019. I wish I could explain how. I wish I explained properly how disappointing my experience was ordering with this place truly was. I'm visiting this area to hang out with my friend. We're at our hotel and decided for last night we would rather spend more time hanging out and talking. We know Kylan, big talker, as opposed to
he was doing one-on-ones.
Yeah, he's doing a one-on-one all the other nights, and he said we figure we're close enough to Austin to get decent barbecue, and we see this place which had a decent menu. We got chicken, brisket, and ribs, some basic sides as well. Every single item that I had, every bite was disappointing. I'm not exaggerating when I say every single bite.
Well, it'd be weird if one bite was disappointing, then you took another bite of the same thing, and you're like, "Hey,
it was like raw on the inside."
Yeah, yeah. It's very reflective of the way that Kylan speaks. He's never mad. He's just disappointed. Everything is disappointing.
Yeah. Well, Lita, do you think that as we're going through all of these Yelp reviews, do you feel like that the way that he has like very like nuanced attacks on the way that the issues that he has with Tiffany, I could almost see him like writing like a 1-star review of Tiffany, and this is why he has to send her out of the house this week?
I would give her 1 star, but I gave her 2 because I enjoyed making out with her. Service was excellent.
That when I make an alliance with someone, I expect them to trust me 100%. But at certain points that she didn't do exactly what I wanted her to do. And I was like, well, what is the point of ordering an alliance with someone if they don't follow your every last direction?
I was very disappointed.
Yes.
Very disappointed. I had high expectations of this alliance, and with every competition, I was disappointed. Every last one. And I thought, why am I even continuing to be in this alliance? And it's because I already spent 68 days on it. Kylan giving into the sunk cost fallacy. If you don't like your $4 cake pop, throw it away. Don't eat it.
Don't keep going. But he spent good money on it.
Yeah.
Lita, any other highlights from Kylan's Yelp?
There are so many. I'm not gonna read them verbatim.
Blue
but
Bottle Cafe. Blue
I
Bottle Coffee.
like some Blue Bottle Coffee. Blue Bottle Coffee, 2 stars. Another like massive chain. I don't know where this one was, but staff is 5 stars, kind and friendly, and the only reason they're not a 1 star, but the coffee, tea, and toast were no better than any other place. Okay.
Mhm.
The cookie was bland.
Never give this man a bland cookie.
It has nothing on my Costco tub of raw cookie dough at home that I bring to every event.
Mhm.
But the fact that they have no outlets to plug into and their stools are too tall for their counters, leaving us all hunched over, both
Mhm.
me at 6'1" and my friend at 6'4", is the true downfall of this place.
Their stools are too tall for the counter. That's if anybody is thinking about checking out Blue Bottle Coffee in Los Angeles, California.
There's probably 18,000 Blue Bottle coffees in Los Angeles, California. I just love that, like any man who is 6'1", he was able to slip in that he's 6'1"
Mhm.
in this review.
Mhm.
It's like any guy on Tinder. It's just like, hey, how are you? I'm like, good, how are you? And he's like, I'm just like very 6'1" today.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just like been one of those days where I'm like really hunched over at this Blue Bottle Coffee because I'm so tall.
The kids just like hunched over eating a bland cookie. Is there anything worse?
Just sobbing into his bland cookie.
True downfall.
If you
of
give
this
a
place.
Kylan a cookie, he's gonna want to complain.
He's shared 10 photos on Yelp. Also, I can't bring those up.
It's a good thing Kylan can't go to place to be. Is that what it's called? The place to be at in Hartford. He would tear that place a new one for their milkshakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I ordered the spicy thought WOP milkshake and was disappointed at every sip.
How hard is it to take a scoop of vanilla ice cream?
Blend it with milk and put a thong on my straw.
Yeah.
Can't do anything right. Gotta do everything yourself. Gotta cook your own Nestle Toll House tub.
Mm-hmm. I came to meet Christian Birkenberger, and he looked nothing like the animated avatar on your website.
On your website, please update your website's photo avatar
with the correct information.
Yeah.
Lita, well, this was very fun to go through Kylan's Yelp. Anything else from the Big Brother 23 house that you want to highlight?
Not currently.
Mhm.
I think we've pretty much covered it with Kai Complains Part 2.
Okay. We'll see. Maybe next week we'll complete the trilogy. We'll see what other things he has out there.
Gotta
Who
find
knows
his
what the
his
cover.
YouTube comments.
Mhm.
What he's
Yeah.
disliking on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Sure. Like I would have liked this video, but then there was a point where the audio was only coming out of one speaker.
0 earbuds.
Yeah. And I guess we'll bring it full circle because that you know who it was who said
0 star.
the cluster. Big Dick Johnson.
Yeah. A name I will never forget.
Yes. All right.
He could easily go to a place to be.
Yeah. You can order.
He'd fit right in. He's probably on the menu. A Big Dick Johnson. That's like a sausage and gravy.
Yep. Lita, well, this was so fun to have you get sloppy tonight.
I'm always down to get sloppy.
Yeah. Incredible job. Lita, where can people keep up with you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Lita Tweeted. I'm private, but hopefully I'll still show up. I'll accept you as long as you're not my employer. And you can follow me on Instagram at Lita Grammed, and you can follow my dog on Instagram at SassyCassiePGH.
Okay. Are you streaming?
I have not been. So I started graduate school, which it turns out is.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It turns out it's hard.
Yeah.
Pretty rude. And I was out of town all summer, so I thought that we were going to get back into it when I got back to Pittsburgh. But once things settle down, once I get into a routine with school and work, maybe. But if you want to, you can follow at Pitty Gaming, PITTIE Gaming, on Twitch. And you can also catch me on Taryn's Twitch sometimes, especially during the off season.
Okay. All right. Well, Lita, great job here tonight. This was a lot of fun. Tomorrow is a very big day because I am going to be completing the all-time top 40 Survivor rankings. I have about 6 Survivor episodes left of my 40 season rewatch.
End of an era.
The end of an era. The end of an era. I can't believe it. To close it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best way to do it, going from worst to best, so you don't lose steam.
I guess so. I'd hardly call the way that I did this the best way to do it, but
no, I think the best possible way to consume a show is 1,000 episodes at a time.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know how many episodes are in the entire Survivor catalog, but I'm very much looking forward to Tuesday night when I'll talk with Chappelle and Shannon Gus and put this all-time top 40 countdown to a fitting conclusion.
How many was Chappelle on? Is this the record?
I think that I'm not sure if this is 6 or 7.
Wow, it's got to be the record.
Sam is saying 6. That's going to be 6.
Okay. Is anyone else in the 6 timers club?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anybody else got to 4. I think we had a few 3 timers. Yeah.
Wow. Well, if you want to go back and listen to Palau, which was like I don't know, 20.
That went very high in my all-time rewatchability rankings.
Yeah, I don't even remember what place it came in. But that's the one I was on.
It was too low.
It was too low. It was 20 something.
What was it in the 20s?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean that listen, it's all a blur to me.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
We'll have to make a Sporkle quiz. What were the RHAP top seasons in order?
Can I put them in order? I don't know. I think we're going to do a Sporkle quiz at the end of this. Can I name every survivor?
Oh my God.
I think I can do it by first name.
Yeah, that one's tough with Sporkle though, because like you put in, a really common name.
Yeah.
And you get all of them. So it makes it easier. Oh, apparently Palau was 18. That's still too low. 18. I thought it was like 21. Yeah. I believe in you. Are you going to do that on stream?
Yeah. I wanted to do I think maybe next week I'll do that on a stream. I'll try to name every single survivor, but not in the order that they got voted out. No. Not doing that.
I think I can name 3 people who are on Island of the Idols.
Okay. No,
total.
But I think I can, the way that I could do it, I think I'd have to go by tribe. I'd like, okay, there's 3 men on this tribe and there's 3 women on this tribe. Okay, it was, and I think I can fill it in that way. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe I'm being, overly cocky.
That'll get more people to watch it. Have you do a true fall from grace? You'll no longer be a child of God. You can't do it. Don't forget GC.
I can't now.
It'll be the first one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Lita, thank you so much for being here for the Slop tonight, and thank you all so much for watching us at a nice size audience tonight for the Slop. So thank you all for hanging out. We'll do it again next Monday night as we're closing in on the finale of BB23. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.